Warning: just because Asterix is a kid's cartoon does not mean that the cartoon is necessarily appropriate for children because of cultural differences. And this is a review that is going to be talking about those cultural differences. Because the new Smurf movie came out, I'm going to be talking about another comic book from Europe. I do not speak French, so I'm going to be mispronouncing names. Regonnaissy was the original author of the comic book. Oh great, this movie says the world was flat, conspiracy theorists. My man Overlix is not a follower. Cowardly French stereotype check. We get some good slapstick when they're defeating the army. The wizard Parampsix, the guy who makes a stew to make them better at fighting, gets captured. He gets captured by Michael Hadbeck, and we see some repeated character designs to save up for the computer animation later in the film. This movie had a budget of 20 million. The computer animation and hand-drawn animation mix looks really good for 1994. The villain throws the dog overboard. That shark is way too small. Really, the dolphin is bigger than a shark. The dog is a mixture between a Scottish Terrier and a teacup Dalmatian. They had teacup beagles back then, so why not teacup Dalmatians? So Asterix and Obelix crash land on America. I think it's Massachusetts. This makes no sense. The Crazy Horse Monument is in South Dakota. South Dakota does not border the Mississippi River or the Great Lakes, so there's no way you can get there from the ocean only using a boat. Anyway, Overlick saves an Indian girl from a stampede of bison. Okay, fine, they're in South Dakota, not Massachusetts. I'm going to be saying Indian in this video because, according to George Carlin, Indian just means people under God. And in the comic section under that George Carlin clip, people generally agree with George Carlin, even the Indians. Christopher Columbus calling them Indians because he thinks they landed in India is a dumb American history myth that needs to die. So Asterix and Obelix makes friends with the Indians. Saying Obelix on a first date? What is this, Bingo Live? Actually, the song here sounds really good because the master of the Indians stole the magic soup that makes them better at fighting, created by Paranoxus. Paranoxus gets captured again. This means Obelix needs to say goodbye to the Indian woman. The Indian woman was played by a 29-year-old voice actress. Overlix, he can't leave quick, his name is Overlix. So Asterix and Obelix save Pernopsix. Extra point section. There is a point in the film where Obelix says Obelix is no ordinary sea captain because the voice act Pira Tonata can't enunciate. It sounds like ovary semen. Also, this movie, as well as the books, contains offensive depictions of black people, but the ones in the movie aren't quite as offensive as the ones in the books because it just shows up less, and the white people are also portrayed to be very dumb. So that's Asterix in America. Despite this movie's many problems, I do still recommend it. It was very entertaining to watch, and the animation is very good. This movie was a box office bomb, costing 20 million and only making back 768,488 in America. but the movie does have 8,820 IMDb reviews, so it's not completely forgotten. I